Welcome, friends, to another life lived lesson. I'm so pumped for life anchor number 6 today. I want to invite you to join me on a walk in the beautiful Colorado Springs. You will not regret the investment of time today to join me as we dive back into life anchors from the last 30 years. Life anchor number 6 is this, friends. Life is a gift to be savored and not a destination to be achieved. If you were to sit down with me over coffee, you were to ask me, Zach, how can I increase my joy? How can I increase my peace? How can I live with more purpose? This is the life anchor I would share with you. As we enter just in a couple of days, just over a week into Thanksgiving, I thought this was very fitting to share because gratitude lifts the altitude of life. And nothing sucks gratitude drier than not living in the present moment. So let's unpack life anchor number 6 together. Life is a gift to be savored. We're not guaranteed a single day in this life. There's so many things that can happen. I've discovered that in the wild adventure life has been since I was 17, and my life was almost over with my near-death experience of my car accident. Life is a gift, friends. It's a rich gift that God gives to us in health, life, breath. The systems of our body working together are so rich, and they're gifts to be savored. Life is such a gift, and I've come to learn to see all of life, regardless of the circumstances. I see them as an opportunity in the gift of life to grow and to receive something new each and every step of the journey. Nothing that comes in this life comes without purpose. There's so much to be grateful for, regardless of the season we may find ourselves in life. I love the words of Jesus. He said, "Do not worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself." Each day has enough trouble of its own. And I've found that there's no greater way to receive the gift of life than to live in the present. Being grounded in the present is essential to savoring the gift that life is. And there's several things that I've found to be helpful to savor the gift. The first thing that comes to mind is journaling. Journaling really helps me to savor experiences in life. Good, bad, or indifferent, there's something special about recording what's happening in life. There's been many seasons I've journaled different prayers of what I'm going through and just forming that into a prayer where I express to God and cry out to Him and put my heart before Him. That's special. So journaling is one of those gifts to savor life. Another thing I found is gratitude. Giving thanks in all circumstances, as Paul says, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Gratitude truly helps me and empowers me to enjoy whatever is going on and truly savor the moment. And that is the question of this moment. What are you grateful for? Gratitude shifts the perspective of what is going on and helps me find the good in all things. This is the way David put it in Psalm 23. Goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. If goodness and mercy are following me, I'm going to see goodness and mercy everywhere I go. There's always good. Goodness is following the sons and daughters of God. So regardless of what's going on, there's good to be found as they're following us. Not shame and doom are following me all the days of my life. Goodness and mercy. May that encourage you today as you look for the goodness and mercy of God in your life, as you journey through the gift of life, looking for goodness and mercy. So much of life is robbed from living in the present when I get too focused on the past or lost in the future. And this is the way that Corey Asbury put it. 2020 changed my life as I listened to the song Father's House. He said, arrival is not the end game. The journey is where you are. You never wanted perfect. You just wanted my heart. And there is so much to be gained when I live in the present. It's not about arriving one day to having a certain house, a certain car, a certain net worth. All of those things are fleeting pursuits that at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, they won't matter. When we're facing death, we won't worry about any of those things. None of them will be relevant. All that will matter is our relationship with God and finding peace in the present. So letting go of that arrival mindset empowers me to enjoy the moment and to find all the beauty and wonder that is there in the present moment. Another thing that affirms not getting stuck in the arrival mindset or destination living is the fact that God himself does not identify as I will be or I was. But throughout the Old Testament, he identified himself to Moses as I am. I am. That is, God is in the moment, friends. And Paul echoes this in Philippians chapter 4. He says, let your gentleness be known to all. The Lord is near. And following that verse, later on in that same chapter, he writes, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Friends, we were created, we were fashioned to live in the present, not to get so stuck in the past looking backwards, to not look so far ahead, but to live right now in the present. It's the gift of the present, friends. And there is nothing like it. There's a peace and a joy and a gratitude that comes when I live in the present moment and I don't get stuck on achieving a destination in the future. So friends, from my family to yours, joyous Thanksgiving. So grateful for all that God has done in this year. There's just so much. And yeah, there's been difficulties. There's been adversities. There's been many challenges, but each of those are also gifts to be grateful for. Because without adversity, we don't grow. Without adversity, I found the revelation of who God is lacking, because he reveals himself through pain, as he is the comforter, he's the healer, he is the God of the present. So may your heart be lifted, and may you be empowered to give great thanks as we remember all that God has done in this year, this Thanksgiving. Until next time, friends, onwards and upwards with grace and grit.